hypnotherapy, coaching, change work. I'm sure there are a lot of distinctions that could be drawn between these things and a different emphasis that one could attribute. But one thing they all have in common is that they are all about moving minds. Why moving minds? Because our minds direct our lives. You see, much of our behavioral repertoire is patterned in at the unconscious level and triggered by mind-made evaluations. We automatically do whatever behavior our mind dials up for us in the moment. We live our lives and engage with the world largely through habitual trances. These can be useful trances, sometimes called high-performance states, or trances that are somewhat suboptimal. You see, we never get completely dysfunctional trances because they all serve us in some way by some criteria. But we may experience trances that are suboptimal in getting us ideal results. However these trances are working for us, they are all mind-made and mind-maintained. This is why, if we want to shift them, we must shift their structuring within the mind. This is what I mean by mind shifting or mind moving. Now, for many reasons, one of them being that it radically changed my life, I love NLP. I think, without question, everyone who is interested in moving minds should get well-versed and well-skilled in it. I also recognize that it has its shortcomings. And I don't want to get into a big analysis of NLP or the state of NLP as a field here, but one shortcoming of many NLP trainings is they seem to turn out a lot of what I call process junkies. People who don't really have too much insight into how people work psychologically or learn, grow, and change, but may have learned pre-formed step-by-step processes that are supposed to lead to change. And sometimes they do. The trouble is that sometimes they don't. And if these processes are being run without any real understanding about how each part is intended to work, they end up being run without any nuance or true flexibility in terms of working with what is unfolding in the moment. I also don't want to knock people using pre-formed processes. Sometimes they are just fine as they are and do enough of what they need to do. But what I do want people to know is that there is a much more exciting world beyond that, which is the direction that I would suggest true mastery and optimal efficiency lies in. Now, we also see this occurring in the world of hypnotherapy too, and with something far worse, the script. Let me be clear right here, there are no magic scripts that change people. They do not exist. Scripts ignore individuality and ignore reality. Again, I'm not 100% against them as a learning tool. Creating scripts can be very useful as a learning exercise, as can studying them. So with that said, it should be clear that the work I do is not about scripts or pre-formed processes. It is about putting you firmly on the road to going way beyond that. But what does that mean? What does working with a change artist look like? Well, a change artist sits with their client, or stands or walks, switched on, present, and aware, and takes the lead in what will be a dynamic exploration and transformative unfolding. They know they are working in real time with an intelligent, complex, and creative system that is their client in the environment they want to transform their engagement in. A change artist sits filled with curiosity and maybe a little excitement about what they will be creating with that client. They are switched on and switched up to what is happening with that client in that moment, what trance or mode of mind they are in right now. They have a sense or an instinct of how to begin nudging this person towards growth and change. they nudge. And notice what they get. They have in their possession a set of understandings that enable them to listen to and observe how that client is structuring their trances. They have a set of well-honed tools, questions, metaphors, thought experiments, which they can bring to bear in real time to nudge and stimulate shifts. They also have the acuity to track those shifts and make the next move. It is a real-time game of responses, a moment-by-moment exploration and co-creation. It is a craft. It is an art. My name is Justin the Change Artist. Thank you for listening.